Yes. This is the Rastafari Samurai, never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide scene. This is Down to Earth podcast with my brother Shawn Myrie. We
Yeah.
have a special guest today. You know what I mean? With another podcast show, right? Goes
Yeah, man.
called Steady Mobbin 416. And my man is what's your name, man? Tell the people who you are, brother.
Yo, I go by Black Mob.
Black
Black Mob
Mob.
is what they
See.
call me. That's what I go
So I
by.
wanna ask you, like, since like I've been noticing the podcast, much respect, because we need more platforms going on in the city. How, like, what made you you want to do a podcast, like you and the rest of the crew?
So, I've always wanted to do a podcast. Um, I I started 7 years ago a media company. It was called Crux Nest. I'm still operating it. I don't know if you noticed on the YouTube channel, it's still operating under Crux Nest. My goal is to have like Canada's. I want to be like Canada's black owned, news outlet. Like I'm tired of watching Vice and all these other people out there, pushing their narratives, and I want to have our narrative out there, and I want to be, you know what I mean. I want to be the face of it all, and so the podcast is just one stepping stone of a bigger piece. Right now I'm looking for a studio that I could rent out and like basically sign. I don't want to say sign, but like work with other podcasts. Provide them with cameras, provide them with microphones, give them what they need.
Pretty much saying make a network. He's pretty much saying make a network like a TV station, a podcast.
That's it.
So, like, with the podcast now, like, what's your style? Like, what's your definition of a podcast? Have you done your research? Because a lot of people are stuck just with the visual, like the video is a thing. What is like,
what my brother is saying, a lot of people are confused that a webcast and a podcast, because we do both.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, in the early 2000s, that was like interchangeable. Like the whole idea of a webcast and a podcast was interchangeable. It was both. I don't know if you knew or watched like back in the day, like in early 2000s. Guys were having podcasts, but it was videos too.
yeah.
So it's interchangeable. It's the answer to that is really subjective to the holder, the person.
But now it's more popular, like you would say, the video pod, more than ever.
Yeah, what you smoking over there, man?
Let's be second.
Yeah, boy. Want some of that?
Don't hate on me. It's the government weed.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Fatty, what?
It's commercial now.
Fatties?
Yeah,
Yep.
it's called Couch Lock Kush. Some infused like.
Oh shit! So you gotta be smoking that when you're in the couch sitting down.
Yeah, boy.
Well, you know what? I got a couple more. We're gonna smoke some more. But yeah, no. It's interchangeable, to be honest. When people say they have podcasts and they have a video, I think the video is like the hardest thing to do. Audio is the easiest thing to do.
Oh,
because
it's
you can
so
literally
easy.
sit there,
Yeah.
Audio is really easy, but if you can do the video, it's the hardest thing to do. And if you can find somebody who like an editor who's like tedious enough to do the shit you want, it's like the one step of the game. You know what I mean? It's just, and if you're talented like other brothers in the city who do editing, audio editing, video editing, all that in one-stop shop.
It's the destiny of man.
It's you have a one leg up.
So which podcast was one of the first podcasts you like discovered, or your first like really took it into watching or listening to?
Is it what do you mean
Like what popular podcast did like it kind of inspired you like as like a listener or like as a fan of podcasts? Is there any out there?
So there, back in the day, there's like electronic ones, like when they're reviewing electronics or like websites and shit like that.
Mhm.
Um, I can't remember for the life of me, but recently, I gotta admit it, Joe Budden was like, it was just like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
watching his story, like like from 2009 to 2011, the guy was like a drug addict, like on the bottom of whatever his thing. And you can see literally this whole thing is changing his life.
Yeah.
He quit rap, and like it's literally changed his life. For the better, yes, but for the good, I don't know. But it changed his life, and I do see that we have a void in Canada, and it's just I'm here to fill a void, and you guys are here to fill a void.
Mhm.
And the goal is to ultimately get a piece of this pie because the internet is vast.
I like how you say that, and you know what? Like how we are connecting right now is an example, and this is like the building blocks I've been telling people, especially in Toronto or Canada or Ontario,
Yeah.
like how we're talking about even black content makers. That's a fight now.
Mhm.
You get what I mean? Like just to be black in Canada. So even making content, it's like, do you go the same way as the artists, like for example Drake or any of these artists who have went to? Well, I'm sorry to say, that's why I discovered who has went to America and came back and became and they're successful and everybody accepts them, right? So that's what I feel as a content maker, right. Rastafari Samurai, my brother, right now, respect to home, but we have been doing it so much now that we're looking, get what I
Well,
mean,
the thing is, we're
somewhere
like
else.
he's saying that we're expanding, and regardless, my
You get
brother
what I
was
mean?
expanding. I was even saying to him, we gotta expand regardless. We're on the same tip. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, home is home, but there's a lot out there besides home because I'm just gonna be real. I'm just gonna say something here straight up. A lot of people here home are like fucking divas. You know what I mean? No
Yeah.
disrespect. You know what I mean? There's respect to the ones who are down for us, but there's a lot who go on like fucking divas and you're not nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Straight up goods. But meanwhile, I could holler at someone in the States, all right? Check this out.
They
I
show
could,
you they show you just as much love or
oh
maybe better.
yeah.
Yeah,
And they got
yeah,
a bigger following and they're so
Yeah.
humble. And they're
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's
humble.
true,
You get what I'm
it's true.
saying? But meanwhile, I'm trying to holler at someone here and saying what up and all of that. And meanwhile, you're going on fool and you don't got nothing on going on for you. You know
It's
what I mean?
like,
Because it's like this. If I ask you once, and it's respect if I ask you twice. But if I ask you twice, okay, you're lucky. But if I ask you once, I'm not asking you again.
so
You know what I mean?
as doing interviews too, because there's different types of podcasts, as I
Yeah.
explained to like our other brother yesterday. Like,
Mhm.
how do you like the interviewing like side of it? Because you don't need to interview to do a podcast. You could do all types of different types of podcasts, but the interviewing, you have to deal with the people. You get what I mean? You got to deal with
Yeah.
the attitude, or how do you approach when you're trying to get you're getting a guest.
We do it methodically. We watch other people's stuff. We try not to do too. Like if somebody's going on a promo tour, I'm not touching them. You know what I mean? If the guys, if man or woman is going on a promo tour, I'm not touching them because it's like I don't want to be, on circuit. You know what I mean? In Canada right now, I feel like there's like a void as well in this particular genre in podcasting. I love your question. If for me, my vibe, I feel the Steady Mobbin thing is like I want to say it's like a quasi drink champs thing, because
Yeah.
like we're reaching out to like acts like we all forgot about. You know what I mean? Or like, not, I don't know about you brothers forget about, but like I'm talking about like the kids. You know what I mean? They probably
Yeah.
they probably don't know who fucking Point Blank is. You know what I mean? Like
They
they
don't
don't
know.
even know who they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my goal is to bring those guys to pull up, and just like collecting them all like Thanos. You know what I mean? Like just collecting up all these interviews, like trying to get them all on board. The next couple of interviews are going to be fucking crazy. Um,
You see
uh,
there? You see what you said there? That's part of our mission. Our mission is
Mhm.
to make sure that the artist is getting well known, and not only that, artists have told us they've learned from us about other artists. You get what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Straight
You
up.
guys are like, I like what you guys are doing because you guys are literally are at shows with the microphones and the cameras, like literally right there, and like this
Here's
is.
one of my setups right here. Mhm.
Yeah, see
Yeah,
what
you
you
share that.
saying?
You share that with you, eh? Oh, look at that! It has microphones and everything on there. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
man.
This is
Yeah.
the mixers, and then after you see this microphone, I could put the receiver onto this, and then after I could use this
But
microphone.
like what you're saying, that's what you got to do. You got to go out. Like, there's the platforms. That's the graduation process even more. Like when we say media news company, what do media and news companies do? They don't just stay in the studio. They go out to main events, right? You
I
cover
agree. I
events.
agree. I agree. I agree.
Like,
But
You get
at
what
the
I
end of the
mean?
day, that stuff. So I was talking this to another brother the other day from the three Balaclavas. You know those cats. I was talking to those cats the other day, and we're talking about like how do you do this? And I'm like, it's all about expenditure. But you have an X amount of expenditure to spend. It's only for the studio, like for this particular play. It comes at this point, in this juncture right now. I'm trying to master the idea of getting um, promo money from like companies. You know what I mean? Like in the U.S., like guys would sit there and be like, "Hey, Blue Chew here and there." You know what I mean? And they're getting like 4K an episode for the Blue
Yeah.
Chew plug.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And nobody's doing that in Toronto. Nobody's doing it in
No,
Canada.
but check. No, there is, because I do my research. Check this.
Okay.
The same way we approach music. Okay, like I'm gonna use Drake as an example. One of the top podcasts in America is Canadian. They just don't promote themselves as Canadian.
Nug Boys.
What, Full Sail? Full Sail
Oh.
podcast? Yeah,
Sorry, I'm researching as we do this.
yeah, Full Sail
I love it
podcast.
that you got to laugh there, man. I love that, man. That's how.
No, but
no. He's a real podcaster because
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
That's what we do. We do research. We're like journalists. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Look up Full Sail. I was surprised. I couldn't believe it. They
Full Sail.
interviewed Donald Trump. They interviewed Donald Trump. They
Those are
interviewed
Nug. Those are the Nug Boys. The one. These are the
It's
guys.
them. Yeah, okay. I guess that's the yeah.
They're like quasi right wing guys. You know what I mean? Like
Where they from? Where they from?
they're from Toronto. I think they're from Canada. I'm not sure if they're from Toronto.
Either way, they're on. They got on the map. I didn't know they were from Toronto. I thought they're American. I thought
From
they were American,
Mississauga. They're from Mississauga.
but I never thought they're from here. When I saw them, I thought they were American.
Yeah. No,
They got
it's these guys are number one.
See,
They're number one.
see what I'm saying? That's the analytics. What I study, it's like when you get the appeal there, it's like the same thing like Drake or Tory Lanez or
Put it this way.
Yeah,
this
you
way.
get
It's
into
all
that.
it's all about our consistency and being consistency with our delivery. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Mhm.
Yeah.
keep up the work and keep it up no matter what
yeah.
anyone says or anything. You know what I mean? Because if you don't keep it up and all of that, right? Then it'll be like, oh, you know what? I knew it. That's it for them. You know what I mean? And
So it's all about-
and then after that, you just become a memory. You get what I mean? And,
You see
and
what
then
he
after that, you're disappeared. You're not relevant anymore.
You
You
see
get
what he
I'm
said though about on the road? We have so much content, it's not even released yet, like being on the road. Like interviews we done in Hamilton, interviews we done in Ottawa, interviews
See now that's another
never released.
that's another thing. Having
Content.
content on the back burner
Gotta
and
have the
still
content
having new content in front of
coming.
it. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So even if we did take a little break, we'd be like, all right, people will be thinking, oh, where all this content come from? This is all new.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no, it's not new. We just
a lot
held
of
it back. You know what I mean? That's it.
Mhm. How are you guys
Yeah, a lot of
monetizing? Is it all through the YouTube?
All through
No,
the, no,
Oh,
not
tell
just
him,
through the
Sean,
YouTube.
tell
I like how you answered that. I like
Tell
that
him,
how
Sean.
you answered
Tell
that.
him.
So
Tell him.
first of this the digital, for podcast platforms, right? So it's all through that. and now that Spotify is a video platform too, so that's gonna start to get big to battle the YouTube. It's on the YouTube, so now to expand now is like the Patreon now. It's like almost like your own site, but Patreon you can put certain things on
Yeah.
where you don't have to worry about the censorship stuff, right? So besides that, what I believe with podcasts, you go to every popular, especially if it's a certain genre you're trying to cater to, every popular streaming platform. For example, AudioMac. You heard of AudioMac?
I think I have. I think I have.
That's where all the mixtapes for hip hop,
Because
a
right
lot
now,
of people go
because right
for.
now, my brother, what he does with some of the episodes here, as we speak right now, we're on two channels right now. We're on two YouTube channels right now, and we're on
Yeah,
FB right now. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
after this interview, he'll take you would separate and take the audio and put it up on everything. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
because you know it goes on Apple, Spotify, and all the what's called iHeartRadio,
Yeah.
Amazon, and all those rest. But now Spotify is gonna be battling YouTube because
Yeah.
now people could put their music videos on there now. So it's gonna be more better for artists on there because they're actually gonna be fighting for those stream, royalties. Which one's better, YouTube?
Since when was YouTube Spotify doing that
They were
mechanism?
okay. Oh, I like that question. See, it was only limited to certain people. So, like all the biggest podcasters, I would see them like this was maybe a couple years ago, even 5 years ago. You'd see them on if you had the Spotify playing, right? You'd see only like a video of what's his name again, a popular podcaster. What's his name again?
Joe Rogan.
Seth. Yeah, Joe Rogan. So it'd be like him, right? And now it's like everybody. If you have video like this, you could upload when you upload it. Just say Anchor or whatever. No, yeah, Anchor. It has to be the Anchor because that's with Spotify.
Yeah, they're
Right?
almost all connected.
So when you do that, the video goes straight, and you can listen to the audio. So you have the audio side where people could play it through there, but you still see the video. It's basically video. Now, before you could do audio on podcasts without video, which I do too, right? You just speaking. But then there's the video, like what we're doing now, right? So we're educating people that don't know because believe
But-
it, people are lazy to know.
But check it out. Check it out.
I didn't know, but thank you
But,
so much.
but,
I'll
but,
say
but
it
check
right
it
now.
out. But
Thank
check
you
it
so
out.
much.
Everybody who is doing a webcast, right,
Yeah,
should be turning it into a podcast.
it's not hard anymore. That's
It's
very
not
easy.
tough. It's not tough to do. It's very easy. If you have an editing program or whatever it is, even Apple, you don't even need an editing program. You could just separate the thing from the audio. Boom. You know what I mean? And after you do what you got to do.
But
You
the
know what I
next
mean?
the next big thing is the Spotify player because if you have it on your phone, right? If that player now is updated, they say to update your player. Once that's updated, you could see us. When you look up Down to Earth podcast, you'll see us on your video player, right?
I'm gonna definitely look into that.
That's the best thing. But then Apple is still good too because Apple pays out more. It's the most what pays out for like any streaming type of music or podcast.
Yes.
Wow.
Apple is king.
Man. Indeed.
So
So,
that's what I like. Like you guys don't know me from a panic, fucking can of paint, and you guys are sharing jewels with me like off the bat. I love it.
brother, you know what it is? You know what it is? Game recognizes game, and you're doing a podcast and you're being consistent
We
with
need to build.
So
We gotta
need to
build. them.
You know what I'm saying? Straight up. If you weren't
Yeah.
building and if you weren't doing, then wouldn't be saying nothing to you. You know what I mean? But yo, you're
Mhm.
building, you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So yo, might as well encourage. You get what
We
I'm
gotta
saying?
encourage.
That's the way I'm looking
Oh.
at it.
And the big picture is the more if you have a podcast, the more your podcast is out there
Well,
networking.
not only that,
The more-
I like
the-
what
the
he
more-
said. I like what he said. It's a network. You know what I mean? He wants a
Yeah.
network and all of that. You see how we're
Yeah.
on here? We be bigging up
Yeah.
your podcast. We be
Yeah.
expecting vice versa. Big up our podcast. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah.
Straight up. And if we know what episode or someone, a guest is coming on, we'd be like, yo, tune in to, you know, Steady
Steady
Mobbin
Mobbin.
at so and so whatever day and all of that.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, we're like, yo, all right, we're getting back to our podcast and da da da
I like
that.
that.
You know what I mean?
I
That's
like
how it's
that. I
supposed
like
to
that.
be, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
because
that.
if you have a YouTube, you have a YouTube channel, just say,
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell people tune into Steady Mobbin. Just say, you know,
Yeah.
we're going live.
Exactly.
That's how it's supposed to be. If people do that, holy,
Holy
you won't
shit.
believe.
The analytics
believe.
will go mad and start. You know what I mean?
I'm
It's
with
like
it.
us.
I'm with
It's
it.
like,
I'm with it. 100%.
because that's how like television is.
Exactly.
People know about
That's
the
how
program.
They always say, oh, okay, the next scheduled program or whatever, you know, we're done and all of that. But, you know, so and so is coming on, da da da, whatever. You know what I mean? Boom.
And each
check out that channel.
episode has their own production house and everything.
Yeah. you know what
Check
I mean?
out that channel. 9 o'clock Down to Earth coming on. Oh, Steady
Yeah.
Mobbin. Check out them. 11
That's
o'clock
so-
coming on.
I hate to say, I hate this. I don't want to sound crazy, but ultimately, I see myself and people around me. We're owning a station like that, like an actual station that's on TV. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
not TV, but like on
I
literally
know
the
what he's
way
trying to say. I know what he's trying to say. Something like, remember,
Yeah.
like on Howard Stern, you got the broadcast going on and everything in a studio going on
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
not just that.
I know what he's talking about.
With news, like, you know, news drops like every hour, 2 hours, like a news drop. It's like literally
I know what he's talking about. Yeah.
the vice black, vice of black owners, and
Yeah.
you know, never selling, never folding. You know what I mean? Like it's just, you know, it's just
Almost
the
like a
way-
You know what?
24. It's almost like a 24-hour station. You know what I
You
mean?
know what
Like,
he's saying?
say this one is
That's
having
it.
their time.
That's it.
This one having
That's
their
it.
time and all of that. And if nothing's going on at the station, if something's already programmed and it's running. You know, get
You
what
know
I
what
mean?
you should call? You know what you call that? We could do that right now. You have something like a Yellow Pages.
Okay.
It's content for Yellow Pages. A YouTube channel. Everybody, they know they agree to post to upload on. They all have
so
the represented. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
That's how it works.
I think. I got a question for you then. You know, of course, you have Sean following the U.S. guys. Charlemagne, he has like the, what was it called again?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Black-
yeah,
What was it
I know
called? What's his brand called again? Charlemagne's channel.
yeah. He's running the biggest, a big network now.
Yeah, Black Effect channel.
Yes, that's doing good. He recognized
So-
one of our podcast guests we had a couple weeks ago on our show.
Yeah.
You recognized, he shout them out, and they're from Alabama.
Yeah.
So he's looking.
So my question is like, how is somebody like him have like all these names under him? Like all these. What I'm looking at on my screen is like,
Yeah,
like you go on the website blackeffect.com creators. He has Angela Yee.
Yeah.
After she left the show,
Yeah.
AJ Holiday. You know, a bunch of names. DC Young Fly, Chico Bean, DJ Effin.
they give him a position. Someone up top. He's smart. He worked hard, but he hustled. He got a good position, and it's linked to iHeartRadio.
These
See,
people?
he's running it because he just got that position. They put him in position.
But on the real, my brother right now, what he's sort of trying to say is that, look, we're all scattered here in Canada here, right? And
Yes, sir.
we need to like platform and formulate ourselves to like have our recognition. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Straight up. I would have to say that. You know what
Because
I mean?
what's gonna happen is this, right? If someone, what I say, bust, like you see, like someone say, like Cardinal Official or like Drake, right? People are big here. This is the illusion. You could be big here, but you might not be big everywhere. And somebody else, and that somebody could be getting big coming from somewhere else and come back here and take over everything. Like for example, those those brothers, I was talking about, the Full Sail.
The Knock guys.
Yeah, for example, them.
Mhm.
They're gonna be one, like soon they're gonna get more commercialized, and you're gonna say, oh, they're one of the top podcasts and it's Canadian. then you get. I mean, people are gonna soon say they're more Canadian because right now people still don't know as much. That's an example now. Now, who's the urban ones? Who's the urban? I would say straight up black ones who is gonna get that. Is it gonna be the person who gets the Drake interview first? You get what I mean? Are they gonna be the ones who get the to be like compared to Joe Budden and whatever $1 million worth of, you know what I mean, game?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
who will it be? It could be anybody. It could be anybody. Still up.
It's crazy that fuck. Drake, I like Drake makes great music,
Yeah.
but it's just like, like, is he really the pinnacle of everything? Like,
No.
If Joe Schmo got an interview tomorrow, you know what I mean? If anybody got an interview tomorrow,
Yeah. Anybody. Yeah.
Yep.
like the other day he gave some brown kid an interview with a hookah by a pool,
Yeah. I remember. Yep. That one. Yep.
like what? Like, I'm cool. I'm cool on that. But if somebody gets the weekend interview, then that's a different story. You know what I mean?
That's a big one. That one too. Any one of those. But it doesn't have to be that too. It doesn't have to be anybody from here. It could be.
It doesn't have to be. I think it's hard work. It's dedication. Like
hard work. Yeah. Yeah, man. It could be anything because I interviewed people who are not as famous, but they have a big following of 200,000 people, over 100,000 people, real fans, like American artists. I have interviewed them, and I see like when they come on, like when I was on the gram, I'd see 200 people are watching, 300 people are watching on the live. So that's for real. These people really have fans. So anything could happen. I've seen people who are lucky to get that guest, that special type of guest, and they go with it. And some people, they got a good guest and they never really done anything with it. You know what I mean? Like,
did you guys check out my Apple interview?
No, I didn't see that one.
Check that out.
Who? Apple from Toronto?
Yeah.
Or what's from Toronto? No, I gotta check that one.
Yeah. The man who did I'm not a rapper t-shirt back in the day.
Yeah.
I know.
I interviewed him. He was like the most hardest, like him and another guy I can't name. It's like he's so elusive, bro. Like, I have PTSD trying to chase these rappers, bro. Like it's fucked. Especially the Toronto guy.
Diva shit.
Bro, it's crazy. It's
Diva shit.
Especially the Toronto rappers, like PTSD. I have guys canceling on me like 30 minutes before we're about to record.
What? Welcome. You know what? Welcome to our world.
Yo, bro. I know.
Guess what? Well, I don't know if you seen our earlier seasons, like 1 or 2 or 3. You know what I mean? Like, it was good, but at the same time, Shawn, you tell him, man. Like, sometimes we have scheduled guests, and it wasn't that bad. Wait a minute. You said it too, Shawn. Hold on, I'm bringing it up. We scheduled them from maybe like over a week ago or so. We made the digital flyer. We went all our way on promoting it and everything. And now it comes down to what you just said. They cancel in what? In a half an hour or so?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? Yeah. Right. How many times we had that, Shawn?
But yo, we had a couple times.
No, I'm talking about in the earlier things.
Yeah, we had a couple times, but I could actually say, like, compared to probably other people, I could count it on my hand so much people cancel with us. Because they love the promos. They love the promo so good that I have to admit, hardly anybody canceled rap. It was just a few.
No, I'm talking about in the beginning.
No, even the beginning too. I remember. I could actually remember the one, like, I could count.
But then we had to, like, I said, yo, because I'm head of the operations here. I said, yo, listen here, man. We need to change up this a bit here. All right. So you see this format right now, where we're at now. This is one of the reasons why we're doing it like this as well. You know what I mean?
You know what, too? I'm going to tell, now that we're talking about podcasts, if people realize this, that Be Real, for example, is a big podcaster. and Snoop Dogg is a podcaster,
Who
and
would
some
know?
other.
Yo, thank you for telling me. I have to look up B Real's podcast.
Oh, you
And check
didn't know?
this, but
Wow,
check this though.
that's wild.
You see how a podcast really was? It would show, like, you see how you see the thing going like this? It would show the
Yeah,
description, and it could put more description, like where you could like different sites, or like even what's going on, like, maybe there's some news story, right?
Yeah.
I remember when video podcast for me, I was watching, and I'm talking maybe to 2013, right? I saw when I'm seeing video podcasts, it's like this because they're promoting their sponsors. If we want, we could put more detail
Oh
around.
yeah, definitely. This is like a little makeup what we want to do. Like it
You
depends,
get what I mean?
like say for instance, it depends on the guest. If they have something more we want to put more description on, or if they have a
Mhm.
single or something, whatever, or we could even dress it up a little more here. It depends on
Yeah,
how we want to
you could
dress
put
it up.
you could put, like what you see Be Real have on his thing is like he would have something like this, but then he'll put another site information
oh, I see.
and all types of stuff. You'd see all types of info. Keep
Yep.
going. You'd write. So that's smart. That's a smart way. You put all the info you want people to kind of
Yeah,
see.
definitely.
That's all he
Updates.
does. That's all he does is purely advertise every space on his like on his streaming. What are you guys using? What's a program called? Frig. OBS.
Mhm.
No, you could use the OBS on here. We're using StreamYard right now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
simple. Technology is getting better and better too. So, could do a lot of things, man. Like like I said, a podcast. There's different styles. We done one just based off of comics. We got to do some more like
Yeah.
series because we
Well,
know about comics.
well, not only that, I'm trying to push certain mans. I'm like, yo, I wanted a D2 esports panel kind of thing, So you know
Talk
what I
about
mean, like
sports.
just sports. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
see
yeah.
how we are on here. I'll be like the operator. I don't even have to be on here. I'll just be like, all right, I would set it up. You guys talk and all of that. I'm like the operator of the TV here. You know what I'm saying? And boom, they're doing the thing. You know what I mean?
Hmm. And then
Yeah.
there's a round table podcast that's like similar to what we're doing now.
And right now, right here, we could have at least. You see how we're 3 people here? We could go up to like near 10 people up on here. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to get it up like that.
We
a
want to do like a
conference.
conference and all of that. You know?
I'm down. Whenever you guys need me, I'll always pull up.
Definitely, man. We would appreciate it for sure, man.
Always
Because
pull up.
I want to get some conferences going on this year. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, yo,
I'm down.
I want to put this thing to the full max. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Drip.
Artists,
Anytime,
podcasters,
anytime we want to talk,
anybody doing something.
anytime, yeah, I'm about it. Like, can I be candid?
For sure. It's down to earth, brother.
This whole fucking Tory thing got me fucked up. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, that is a big topic, brother. Me and my
I'm
brother
not
had
gonna
that
fuck-
a few times on our topic on our podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know what to think. I don't know what to say. I feel embarrassed for my thoughts.
Mhm.
It got me so much in my feelings right now. This whole thing. I swear.
Tory.
Yeah, because I interviewed her sister about 4 weeks ago.
I interviewed her already too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
So-
on her channel.
Well, so when did you interview her though?
When she was performing.
At an event.
Oh, recently too. This is recently.
Two events.
Yeah.
Two events she performed at. I was there and I covered it.
So what? You interviewed her? You interviewed her recently, right?
Yeah, we interviewed her recently. She's working so hard, and it's just like,
Mm.
like seeing her work so hard and like this shit affecting her because like there's people talking shit under her posts,
Mhm.
Well,
Oh, shit.
I talked to her before all like before the verdict and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This was like before, and
But now,
you talked to her probably the aftermath, right?
No, I interviewed her like a month before, and we didn't like her manager was like you can't talk about the case at all.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
that is expected.
Yeah, for sure. But it was just a sad thing, like, but also I don't know,
Mhm.
like, did he shoot her? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just thought because my co-host, me and him, like, we got into a heavy argument about it,
Yeah.
and but we're cool. We talk. We cool. We just go back and forth.
But that's how it's supposed to be, man. Sometimes me and my
Yeah.
brother go back and forth like that too. We supposed to. That's the whole point of even for the podcast, man.
What are your thoughts on that situation?
My thoughts on this situation, man. Like, look here, man. You in America, I'm gonna just be straight up good, man. No matter what it is, America is America, right? So we Canadian, so you know what I mean.
All
So,
right, but he shot a sister.
what's that?
He allegedly shot a sister.
Yeah, but is there enough proof for that? Let me
Allegedly,
ask you about that. Is there enough proof on that?
allegedly.
Huh?
But here's the thing. I think the media is so misconstrued about it because he was charged with, like, not physically shooting her, but like discharging the gun. I think if we read the charges, they have nothing to do about actually shooting her, but discharging the gun.
Okay,
And
all right. The next thing is, what they look at 22 years.
he's gonna be out
Maybe.
in like 10 years. He'll be out
No,
in 10
no,
years
no,
in
no. But
deportable.
no, I know. But I'm just saying, 22 years. They look.
I know. What are your thoughts? Are you on the conspiracy side?
I'm on the conspiracy side, so you could get some light. You get what I mean? If you want me to explain it, I know about what he's talking. What there is something with that. If you want to go on that side,
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Say it, man.
okay. Now, when the father brought up the Rock Nation,
Rock
right?
Nation, yeah.
He was basically saying this is what no one's talking about, that he wanted to sign, Jay-Z wanted to sign him to the management because the Rock Nation been signing artists and athletes as management, and saying that he refused to join Jay-Z's management. So they think this is revenge because Meg Thee Stallion is linked with Beyonce, right? Because Beyonce is kind of, she's her protege, and Jay-Z with Rock Nation, I think they have some involvement being her management. So the management helps the lawyers. You know what I mean? Who pays the lawyers? So that's what the link is. And then he said about Jay-Z taking, doing this before to young artists or whatever. So I don't know about that, but the
So
conspiracies will come up with that.
okay? I get you with the conspiracy thing, but what is the motivation of Rock Nation?
The motivation? Well, look at Tory. He's one of the top artists in the world, besides Drake, him, right? Like in the urban music, they're next to Jay-Z. Commercially, I'm talking all over the world, not just in America and over here. Tory's big all over the world, like Drake, right? Canadians, two Canadians, and they're
Wow,
going.
it's wild.
Think of it. And they're
How you know?
independent. And I think he got independent. I think he got off
Now
his
you're
deal
going
too.
somewhere. Now you're going somewhere. I
I
heard.
could
I heard
keep
he had it.
going.
I heard he had his masters to all the music,
Yes, yes.
and it's like unheard of for a guy his age to get all the masters
Hmm.
from his music back right away. It's like you have to work hard for that shit.
And you know
He
what?
just got his masters.
The whole situation before this whole thing happened, it was at a certain individual's house.
Well, you know what? You
Someone,
know
you
what?
know what I mean? It
Well,
was
the
a certain individual's house
well
where
the
this all happened at
well the well the
before this
well
whole
the
thing.
well the fuck up thing is him have to do some fucking time there, Zane, and then get deported there. So, right? Not true?
Oh,
His story is gonna be wild, bro.
You know
I
that,
think.
right?
I think.
You
I
know
think.
that,
I
right?
think he's gonna be alright.
You know that, right?
hmm?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know that, right? After doing whatever time they over in USA, right? Deportation over here, so.
Yeah, but you know what? I believe there's still some lies even if they try to give him some time, it shouldn't be that much time. It should be like something like how they
Regardless, it doesn't
I don't
matter. Regardless of whatever time, me I try to tell you.
yeah
Free ticket over back here, so that's it.
You know what's so crazy?
yeah
I think his family, his father is American citizen. So I think there's some. I think he probably has a chance to stay in the U.S. We'll see.
No,
I think,
not if he, no. If he born here, right?
I think he's born
yeah
here. Born in Toronto.
All
yeah
right then. One way
His
ticket
yeah
grandfather.
they,
right here, so. Star.
it's better. It's better than nowhere than other places.
For
It's
sure.
better
With that.
here than yeah, exactly. It's like he's not going somewhere worse.
He could probably make a big here and tour here all day. I don't know. Maybe we'll see.
Well, I don't
He'll be
think
on
it's
his
right.
way.
I think he should only get like he shouldn't get no time really, but I think it should be like 1 year, man, because there's pure lies in the case all through the case, man. It should be
You think
like a
he's gonna,
1 year
he's gonna
thing.
appeal it?
Yeah, I should appeal it and get 1 year. There's pure lies in the case. Maybe they'll give him 1 year or something for it's probably whatever if it was on him, if they found evidence of some type of like did you hear that they found anything on him? That's what I want to know. Did they find the weapon? Did they find the gunpowder on him?
Yeah,
Like
any
did they
No,
see
gunpowder?
a picture?
the only thing that fucked him up was the witness who said he saw him shoot the gun in the air.
So wait, now, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Wait there. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Shot the gun in the air. Let me say that. He said shot in the air.
In
So
the
what?
air. In the
So wait,
air.
the bullet came back down and licked her in the foot, right?
That's what the guy said, and so I think the jury, what they did was they took it literally. They said, "Yo, this guy discharged the gun. This whole thing is sticky. You know, like everybody's lying here. We gotta do something about it. You know, like 'cause it's kind of like the jury, even like a fucking a Tom, Dick, and Harry from fucking Northern California, or whatever, or Los Angeles, like some posh area of Los Angeles. If they don't know hip hop, and they don't know what's going on,
Mm-hmm.
they still will be like, yo, this is so sticky, fucking somebody's got to go to jail. And whoever shot the gun in the air is going to jail, because that's what the crux of the case is. Is that's what the charges are. If you look at the charges, the actual charges, I'll read them out for you guys. Give me a second here.
I like this guy. I like this guy, man, for sure. I like him. Gets down
This
to
is
the
a podcast.
nitty gritty. He gets down to the nitty gritty. I like him.
So his charges, give me a second. Let me pull the charges. Shit.
I think it's with a weapon. Like one of the charges was
Because we actually gotta read this shit. Oh, hold on. Assault with a
Weapon-
semi-automatic firearm,
Mm.
having a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle, and discharging the firearm with gross negligence.
Mm.
None of it says like attempted murder or assault
Yeah.
causing bodily harm.
Yeah.
None of them says that assault
Did it?
causing bodily harm.
So words did Mega Stallion the Stallion? Did she have a bullet in her foot or something? Did they find a bullet?
That's what they said. They said she had shrapnel in her leg from or not shrapnel, ricochet bullets, like remnants of a bullet in her. Assault with a semi-automatic firearm.
Oh man, you know what happened? This is bad. It's possible he shot something. It's possible he shot something, and after then it just ricochet and probably like the fragments went into her feet. But it wasn't like he shot her. You get what I mean? Like whatever if whatever got shot hit something and ricocheted probably some of the fragments in the her feet. It's not like he shot her.
I can't wait to hear his testimony after all this is all said and done.
No,
You
man.
know,
I think it's gonna be like how I'm saying it. He never shot her. He shot up in the air or something. Maybe it hit something, ricocheted and bounced back and probably shrapnel, like whatever you're saying, into the foot.
so
Anybody could have got it.
So what's Megan's what's it called? Megan's like motivation for this shit. Why is she doing this?
This is like a sacrifice. This is in the industry now. This is where we're going back to Jay-Z. Blood sacrifice.
Blood sacrifice,
What,
yo.
people heard my
Wow.
song a long time ago.
Yeah. Someone has to get sacrificed.
And you know, so crazy.
Get
Tory
by.
Lanez is such a, you know, he comes from a, you know, from all intents and purposes, from what I can see, like they're a God-fearing family from what I saw. Like, you know, they just rebelled a little bit because, you know, they're around the church all day, every day, you know. But from what I can see, he came from a good family. You know, it's bizarre to me, all this shit.
Oh,
I don't know.
But
Sure.
the main thing now in the news is Rock Nation, and people are gonna say, "Oh no, that's crazy." Now, that's all I'm gonna say. People are gonna say that's crazy because that's the only defense right now. What from their side, is
Yeah.
Jay-Z.
But yeah, no, it's I don't like talking too much about it. You know what I mean? Like I won't talk about it on my podcast. Because
See, I know this. You see what you're saying? This is what I'm saying. I'm gonna catch you right there before we come off the spaceship.
yeah, man.
I said this before. Any podcast what talks about the hometown boy in a negative way is just putting them in a spotlight that they're not gonna want to frig with them, right? So everybody's scared, right? But somebody already did that. I'm not gonna say no names.
my
but
boy
somebody
already did
done
that. My boy already did that. We're facing repercussions about it already. Like my boy already did that. Like he posted the audio as soon as it came out. Posted it on his shit. And our shit
Yeah.
too. And I'm like, yo, chill, bro. Not yet.
But yo, man, I'm with Free Tory, man. I believe there's some influence of some outside influence what made this him get locked. I believe it's not this. It's too much holes in the case. Too much holes in the case, man. Too much lies too. Even did you hear her testimony? What's her name? Meg Thee Stallion's testimony. Did you hear it?
Not audio, but like from like you know, second-hand accounts. She said that she slept with him, like she was on you know on the fucking perjury, like they perjured her.
Lie.
She said she said she fucked him. She was like having a relationship with him, but
Yeah.
that's it. You know, like she said she shot him. I don't know, bro. Like it's fucked.
Man,
To me,
it sounds like pure lies.
here's
Pure lies.
to sum it up. Here's my conspiracy theorist mind. The whole Rock Nation connection is there. Fucking and he's the only young cat who has the rights to his music.
Yes. And he didn't sign to no Rock Nation management.
No, and he has the right to his music, and like, and that's
You know who Jay-Z has?
A lot of money.
You know who Jay-Z has? Guess who
Rihanna.
Jay-Z has?
Rihanna.
Yeah. J. Cole, Kanye West.
Yeah, not Kanye West still.
Yeah. Listen, undercoverly, we're talking about it's more than music. That's all I'm gonna say. He has that. He has that Kanye West. J. Cole, two of one of the top rappers in the game.
Yeah, no, J. Cole's wild. I can't. And what Kendrick Lamar is gonna go sign up to Rock Nation soon because that's what. I mean, that's the only logical step for him, right?
Yo, man, to be continued, man.
But
I like what you guys are doing with the Steady Mobbin, man. It's something what's needed.
Before we go, remind the people where they can find you on all digital platforms, you man.
Right now we're slacking. I'll be honest with y'all. But we're gonna be on all the platforms shortly. But we're on YouTube
Yeah,
for
man.
now. We're focusing heavily right now on the video.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Um, we're also chasing the YouTube checks. Like when I say YouTube checks, I mean I'm not looking for the the clicks, but the other YouTube checks. You know what I mean? There's also a void in Amazon as well. Amazon is all you guys talk about Spotify. Amazon is also doing a huge push too.
Yeah.
And their push is,
Yeah.
then there's a couple $100,000 checks lying around their offices, and that's where we're shooting for. We have a couple interviews coming out. We're focusing on we'll do anybody who wants to pull up. We're trying our best not to do your what's that white girl? What's that white girl who died? Debbie, whatever.
Oh, Debbie, yeah.
We're not doing that kind of stuff. We don't do that kind of stuff on our platform. We don't exploit people's mental health.
Yeah.
We don't do that kind of shit. We try to keep it my goal. I'll tell you one goal for now is to have everybody from Northern Touch in one room, even the producer.
Yo, that would be something for sure.
You know what I mean? All those guys. Red One, I heard Red One is the most hardest guy I didn't even find.
Yeah.
We're gonna try our best. Somebody give me some intel how he's always here. We'll find out. And also my other big goal is to get Chaos.
Okay.
Chaos. Yeah.
If I get Chaos pull up, I'll be all right.
You're digging in the crates. You're digging. Yeah, man.
And it's also crazy. The kids, so I'm 35. I'm 34. I'm turning 35 in April. I still feel young. I also feel like I'm an OG at the same time. It's crazy, I feel like there's a gap in between, I want to say the fuck shit and the fuck shit and the mind shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I want to find the even balance of we can dive into fuck shit and we can talk about the mind shit, and that's why I think Steady Mobbin is, you know what I mean? And hopefully, everybody likes it and it gets bigger than what it is today.
For sure.
Yeah, man. I believe it will. I like the energy still. I love the energy.
Man. You don't know.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Yes, brother.
Yeah, man. You definitely tune in to Steady Mobbin. You know what I mean? You heard it here first. Steady Mobbin on Down to Earth podcast. You don't know.
Yeah.
This is the Rastafari Samurai. Never leaving you dry in your eye. I approve this message nationwide. Pop, 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 pop. You don't know, man. It's been a pleasure having you on the spaceship, brother. You don't
wow.
know. Yeah, boy.
What planet we on? What planet we around? What planet we going around right
man, we be going all around the planet Earth, but yo, we be making a stop everywhere. You know what I mean? You don't know. We're gonna be ending off this broadcast just now. You don't know, brother.
Easy.